Alright, you guys, it's Pixelade here. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. Oh boy, I'm excited. You know, I am a little bit nervous just because this is like the big moment. You know, this is the gameplay trailer. This is where we find out the nitty and gritty of the pack. I guess somewhat how deep it goes. We won't really see that in full until we see the deep dive live stream, which I'm assuming is probably coming either this Friday or this Thursday or next Thursday, because I'm pretty sure the week after that, the pack is releasing. So we don't have too much time left to learn more about this expansion pack. We have our premiere countdown page with the Grim Reaper hard at work doing what Grim Reaper does best, which is reaping souls and making sure that he's completing all the paperwork on those souls. All right, so without further ado, here is the official gameplay trailer starting now. I'm all comfy and cozy and readied up for this.
Hundreds of thousands of Sims die on any given day. A common misconception is that I'm the one to blame. No, the truth is that old age, fire, and anger claim more lives than any other forms of death. I'm just the Reaper. Ooh. Mine is a humble profession.
I want to know who is doing the voice for Grim Reaper, because I love it. You know, hearing Grim Reaper in English, it was not on my bingo card for the year, but I'm here for it.
Got it start with, well, life. I have many grim turns who join me in this dutiful career, helping to carry souls to the other side as they advance to Reapers. And we have a very high percentage rate of hitting our weekly quotas. Those who live a life chased by death certainly improve our odds.
Okay, so that's one of our new traits called Chased by Death. We already knew that. I'm getting a little nervous. I feel like we're just going to learn everything that we already learned before in this gameplay trailer, but let's hope I'm proven wrong. Oh my gosh, look at the little tiny costume. It's so cute. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, but hey, you have to admit these Sims seize every moment. The number of young adults that don't consider what they ultimately want to accomplish with their life is staggering. Taking ownership of your life's journey can have many benefits after.
So there's the soul journey and also the woohooing in the coffin. That is foul, okay? If you're doing any woohooing in coffins, that is like the worst karma that you could possibly receive, especially in a graveyard full of dead people. But am I going to do that in The Sims? Absolutely. I like how there's some stuff here on this soul journey that is locked. But this is really neat, you know, a whole new system for gameplay. It's kind of giving like the aspirations a little bit, but with a little more purpose, you know? I don't know, I never really was a huge fan of the current aspirations that are in the game.
Your wants, traits, aspirations, these contribute to a life. Take it from me, they're not enough. A bucket list, however, is a scientifically proven method of ensuring...
Write goals from categories, scrap bucket list, write the perfect goal. I love that. Oh my gosh, so you basically fill that in underneath of the soul's journey.
You find fulfillment. You can always scrap the list, start over, or do more. Just start. Better to do today what you could have done tomorrow. You never know when the cold touch of death will find you. Sorry. In fact, I'd seriously consider getting a will drawn up, if I were you.
Start a will, ask about wills, ask about heirlooms, ask about funerals. Inheritance lawyers are coming to The Sims. Yes, let's go. You know, it would be really cool. Obviously, this is not going to be a part of the pack. If you could actually be the inheritance lawyer, like if that was one of the professions, that'd be too good to be true. I know, but I can only just imagine in my mind.
7 out of 10 souls regret not having one after they
leave personal note, simoleons, sim remains, and heirlooms.
Have died. Get your affairs in order. It may be your...
Yeah, selecting the emotion. I remember reading that at some point. I hated you all. I love that. You know, if you want to be petty, you can be petty. That option is there for you. I freaking love that.
Last chance to tell those you leave behind how you truly feel about them.
I love that. And then everyone laughs. Like, you basically decide how you want your loved ones, I guess you could say, after you die. You decide how they react. If you want them to be sad, they'll be sad. If you want them to be happy and giddy, that's what they're going to be.
Did you know the earliest grave markers are almost as old as me? I am fascinated with the many ways you living souls memorialize your dead.
There it is. We can choose our gravestones and even customize exactly what we want them to look like. It doesn't matter if they're indoors or outdoors. They've already talked about this. Another confirmed feature. I'm pretty sure that's coming with the base game update though, right?
If I had lips, I'd be smiling. Sorry, I've been told I lack a certain connection with mortality.
Yeah,
I have
do.
an affinity for those whose defining trait is the macabre. But there are also skeptics among you. I get it. I'll do better. TLD.
So that's how you say macabre. Oh, shit. I mean, we're learning a little more about the traits a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and be honest and say, you know, I feel like we're not really learning anything new from this. I feel like it's just kind of everything we've already learned, but just summed up a little bit better, you know, with a video explanation to go along with it. I think we really are going to have to wait for this deep dive live stream. And I believe that one of the sim gurus over on Twitter even said that, you know, there's a lot more that we don't know. And we're probably going to have to wait to learn more, unfortunately.
Our point is, you died. Now what? At the time of death, most souls think it's game over. No, no, no. There's a whole state of life.
No, I love this. Get rid of that stupid game over thing. I hate that. This is how I know that this is going to be a really good expansion pack, because just getting rid of that and having this pop up instead, like, it opens up a whole new realm of gameplay. Literally. Begin a new chapter of life by becoming a ghost. Exciting ghostly powers await in the afterlife. Perhaps Aletta has some unfinished business to attend to. You can also choose to relinquish control of Bruce and allow him to stick around, say a free roaming ghost. Rebirth into a new life with faded memories of those you once knew. You will be taken to manage worlds to select a household to rebirth your new sim into. If you've earned the burning soul trait, your soul will be able to manifest pieces of past personality traits along with certain others. If you choose to rebirth as a younger sim, you will have certain developmental skills immediately unlocked, giving you a head start in your new journey. Again, these are all things that we already knew. I feel like they basically revealed everything in that first blog post with the reveal trailer. Like, they pretty much gave us the whole rundown of the pack, honestly. Besides the really, really small details, which we, again, probably won't learn until the deep dive live stream. But for them to get rid of the game over pop-up and give us this, the option to become a playable ghost or become a free roaming ghost, I love that. And there's the rebirth option too. So, you know, the gameplay never ends, basically.
Waiting beyond the veil. Hey, I get it. It's a lot. I'm a lot. This whole thing, it's a lot. You can choose to move on. But there are also resources to help you cope. And even if you've finished your bucket list, you may find you have new desires as a ghost. And new powers to help you complete.
Yes, this is what we wanted. Werewolves are up there. Vampires are up there. And now we have a whole perks and power system for ghosts. This is lovely to see. You know, I love this. We have two sides here and rankings. Oh man, I'm so excited. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, okay? You know, I don't know how many of you can relate. Some of you probably have a lot of experience playing with ghosts. I have almost none. I have never really found them like appealing. I don't know why. I've never gone out of my way to play as a ghost. Whenever I see ghosts, I don't really interact with them. They've kind of just been non-existent in my life and in my world. But now that we have this, I'm going to do a full deep dive. Oh, I cannot wait.
Your unfinished business.
Ghost woo. Comfort the living. Become a supreme ghost in so ghostly chaos.
You can use your powers for good to make life a little easier for others.
Yeah, fix things.
Or ride the line of neutrality and
bitch, really? You can make people's lives miserable.
On the other hand, maybe you want to get a little nasty. Oh, no judgments here, literally. I have no morality. Ah, wonderful.
I love this. So there's just like abilities and all these things that you can unlock and do. Like, oh, it makes me so upset for our mermaids. Like, they need to go back to our mermaids and give us this stuff, because what? You know, the fact that mermaids don't have any of this really, they're like just so basic and And also aliens too. Like, aliens deserve a big glow up too. I hope they're next. I really do hope they're next. And honestly, seeing that they've made this expansion pack and they're doing something different, but also still listening to fan requests, I have hope that they will probably go to mermaids or to, aliens sometime in the future. And with some of these pack ideas that we saw through EA surveys, it really does make me think that mermaids really might get a much needed upgrade hopefully in the not too far future.
Dimitri completed his unfinished business.
Burning soul, there it is.
I respect a soul that finishes what they've started. Now Dimitri's ghostly powers won't get burnt out, and should he choose to be reborn, he'll basically, be better than he was the first time around. Yeah.
I love it. So they basically just go into this lake and then rebirth happens and you can select yes or no. Is your soul ready to embrace the next chapter? By choosing to rebirth, you will set forth on a new journey as a new sim, leaving your current life behind with no chance of return. You will be taken to manage worlds to select the household where your new life will unfold and will have the opportunity to fully customize your reborn self and create a sim. I love it. So basically you make a whole new person, a whole new flesh, a whole new appearance, but it still keeps your soul, I guess, right? That's my takeaway from it, at least. While funds, relationships, and achievements from this life will be lost, if you have already unlocked a coveted burning soul trait, you'll be able to retain one personality trait with the recall past life self interaction, along with certain others using the peer into soul interaction available on mirrors. That's cool. Oh my gosh. If you choose to rebirth as a younger sim, certain developmental skills will be immediately unlocked. Now, the threads of fate lie before you. The choice to weave a new destiny can be made when you are ready. Will you choose to rebirth now? I'm actually really excited for this expansion pack, but I do want to say I'm really upset and disappointed at the fact that I am moving out of state at the end of the month, because by the time this pack comes out, my computer is basically going to be packed up and it's going to be a couple of days until you hear from me. So I'm not even going to be able to play this right away when everyone else is playing this. And it's going to drive me insane because I'm going to be itching to dive into this ASAP.
Birth. It's a real hot button issue back at the office.
There's the world. Cool. 13 lots. Okay, not bad. Could be better, but also could be worse. I think the world is beautiful. I really like the way it looks. It kind of reminds me of, what's the world that came with vampires? Midnight Hollow, I think it is. It kind of reminds me of Midnight Hollows mixed with another world, just seeing all the clouds and fog up in the distance and the dead trees. Wait, there's another lot there that I didn't count. That little tiny square at the top left, I think that's our 14th lot. Is that the ghost realm or the underworld or the afterlife or whatever you want to call it? Is that where that is? I don't know. When I don't like something, I say I don't like something. But when I like something and I find it interesting, I also do say that. And I know that there are definitely going to be people that are up in arms and have their panties in a twist because I'm not saying something negative about The Sims 24/7. Sorry, I'm not miserable like you, but I have to admit, this is quite exciting. All right, so let's finish this up here. I do say, I wish we'd have learned a little bit more of what we hadn't already known, but all I'm gonna say is we better get a deep dive stream.
Simply put, it is possible to bring pieces of yourself into your next life. Things like childhood skills and reward traits. You can start fresh at any age. Even change your appearance.
Okay, so you have the option to keep your appearance. I kind of like that. You can change your appearance or keep your appearance, but you are going to lose the rest of that other stuff that they mentioned.
Come back as your own great-grandchild.
Him just plopping out of the sky.
Household.
I love that. I'm sorry. I just love the baby floating down like that and not the land grabs, bitch. I would reincarnate as the land grabs child so that I can wreak havoc amongst them. Duh. Who wouldn't want to do that? Shit, I would do that to the pancakes.
I'm not able to do it myself, so I can't endorse it. But a whole new aspect of life is available to those who return to the living. So don't fear death. Just embrace what's next.
Yeah, and you can woohoo with the Grim Reaper, baby!
By December 12th, to get the Macabre Mementos digital content.
Macabre. I should have known how to say that. Macabre.
You won't regret it.
No, I'm not gonna lie, that was a really good voiceover, and I feel like we've had our fair share of voiceovers. Don't even get me started on that Journey to Babu one. That was cringy as hell, and some other ones were also really bad in my opinion, but this was a good voiceover. In my opinion, I think this was the best gameplay trailer voiceover that we've had so far, and I think it's just because it just wasn't this annoying Valley Girl voice the whole time, you know, that feels like it's pandering to like 2-year-olds. Like, this was good. This was a great gameplay trailer. Great job, Sims team. And no, I'm not being paid by EA. I'm just giving 10s where 10s are due. You guys will have to share your thoughts on the gameplay trailer down below. What were your initial reactions? Are you guys excited or still excited if you were previously, or more excited, or was this just not hitting the mark for you? Share your thoughts below. Keep the comments civil. Respect everyone's opinions. That's gonna be it from me. I'm like checking my phone right now to see if there's any sort of new blog post, which it's not looking like there is, but I will say if there is a brand new blog post, we will be back to go through that, of course, but I don't think they're gonna have a new blog post. Maybe not today, maybe tomorrow, or if it does come, it might just come later on down the line today, because all the links that the Sims team is currently sharing just basically link to the store page saying, hey, the pack's coming, buy the pack, pre-order the pack, you know, all that stuff. But that's gonna be it for me. Thanks for watching. I love you guys. Take care and happy life simming.